That's a good sign.
Yeah, very good sign. We are live. Good evening, everyone. We are Dan and Faith coming to you from Charlestown, New Hampshire. And this week on our Midweek Song Swap, we are joined by Aidan and Christine, also known as Friction Farm, from Marietta, South Carolina. Not the Georgia one, the one in South Carolina. Good evening, you two.
Say
Good
hello.
evening.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Say hello, people. Chat with us.
Thank you for having us on here.
Yeah,
It's really nice to see you guys.
I know
Are you
it.
wearing matching shirts?
Of
We are.
course.
We always do.
They're short sleeve
Awesome.
this time
Look,
instead
I'm
of flannel.
kind of matching in color.
Yeah. And
I
then
didn't
there's
know red
Aidan.
was the color of the evening.
Well, normally it would be flannel, but
And
it's
then
getting a
there's
little warm
Aidan.
for that.
Yeah. Well, and then that's pretty common.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Aidan. And is that's not paisley?
It is.
Okay.
It is actually
it's
paisley.
subtle.
Here, I'll
It's
show
a
you.
subtle paisley. Ah, yes. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Aidan is known for his paisley.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how that came to be. It's just, just
It's
one of
the
those
thing.
things.
It's your thing. It's okay.
That's how we came to wear flannels
Yeah.
that match.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. We live in the north. It's usually cold. Yeah.
Yep. So the flannels are
How's
now
it up
put
there
away.
these days?
Well, over the weekend, I wanted my flannels.
It was very
Oh.
cold over the weekend. It was in the 50s at the highest, and now it's up in the 70s.
Yeah. We're getting back towards summer again.
So we spent the weekend in North Carolina, and it went down to the 40s. And I was not expecting that. So, as usual, inappropriately dressed.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So shall we get started with a song?
Yeah, we should do that.
All right. So
And
we will put you guys backstage.
yep, in
while we
honor
do
of the
this.
fact that
All
we
right.
are finally getting to a point where maybe we can start roaming out. I know you guys just got back from a road trip, and we're looking forward to maybe taking some little tiny road trips this year. We figured we'd start off with a road song.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, almost. Get my fingers happy. Okay.
Okay. Riding down the highway with 1,000 other cars, traveling a route that everybody runs. I'm tired of watching brake lights, the bumper up ahead. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Everybody says you gotta get there faster. Doesn't matter who you run off the road. Don't care about destination, the journey is the key. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's a better way to go. Take me to the back roads, find a slower life. Trade exhaust fumes for fresher air. I've broken down far too many times in my life. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's a better way to go. Anywhere it takes me, big city or the desert, as long as it's quiet and I'm mostly on my own. Even if it finally leads me back to the highway, I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for
position. It's the better way to go.
Already too much traffic in my life. Too many lanes, too many choices. I need another path, even if it leads me nowhere. I'm looking for a road less traveled. Take it easy on the road less traveled. Take it nice and slow. No competition, no fighting for position. It's a better way to go. It's the better way to go. Yeah.
So true. Definitely the better way to go. Yeah,
Yep.
you know, we used to do that like you guys do.
Oh yeah.
I guess we've taken to highways this year, and I miss the back roads.
We've taken to highways in all 2 trips that we've taken anywhere. We've been
Well,
to
Yeah,
2
well, there's
places
that.
this
You
year,
also
Aidan.
are driving electric, I hear, so the superchargers
Yes.
tend to be
We are.
near the
By
highways.
Yeah.
True.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's those destination chargers, which are relatively close to the highway.
A lot of them. Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
You pull in a hotel and you can let them pay for the charge. So
We'll need to talk more about electric cars later.
oh,
okay.
definitely.
I want to hear stuff.
All right. What you got?
All right, so should we kick it off with a song from this end? A
Sure.
song from the south?
All right.
Go for it.
So our latest little road trip was very much on the roads less traveled. We went, as I said earlier, to North Carolina, and we went to a place that's 72 miles from our house, and it took us an hour and a half to get there because the roads do this all up and down the mountains, and it was pretty cool. And we ended up at a retreat center that has struggled during the pandemic, but they have these amazing supporters and volunteers who just really kind of came together and kept the place financially alive, but also took advantage of the fact that there weren't a lot of people there and did some amazing, ridiculous amounts of work on the buildings and the facilities and the grounds, and I was very, very impressed with them.
All right.
Got a little work to do around my house. Dust bunnies in the corner, big enough to scare a real mouse. Nothing's gonna get clean around here if I don't do my part. I got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. I got a little work to do around my yard. Weeds growing everywhere make tomatoes work too hard. Nothing good will ever grow around here if I don't do my part. Got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. Guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start. Got a little work to do around my town. Cracks in public buildings might bring this whole thing down. Nothing's gonna get fixed around here if I don't do my part. I got a little work to do. I guess I better start. I got work to do. I guess I better start.
better start.
Never thought I'd matter much with just two small hands and a personal touch. I looked around for goodness sake. More little push might be all it takes. We got a little work to do. You and me together might be all it takes. We can set things right round here if we do our part. We got a little work to do. I guess we better start. We've got work to do. Guess we better start. We got work to do. Guess we better start. I've got work to do. Guess I better start. You've got work to do. I guess you better start. We got work to do. We've got work to do. We've got work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it
Love
come
that
through
song.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
The video pixelated a little bit, but the audio was fine.
yeah, you guys got fuzzy, but the song was good.
We are a little fuzzy from time to time. It's,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, mushrooms and stuff living in the
Yeah,
woods.
but it went really well, because the first time we heard you guys do that song was actually on your Patreon page, where you've got this wonderful animated video, and you guys looked like animated characters there for a while, so it was perfect.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just so you know, I'm the bunny and he's the bear. And Aidan did not know that.
He does
I know
now.
it now. Do I hear banjo?
Yes.
Pedal faster.
And it's a new banjo
Do
at
you,
that.
do you
so.
use the banjo? Do you use the banjo to paddle?
If you have to.
It's unfair if you have
Actually,
a guitar and a banjo. Maybe the
well,
ukulele and the.
It would be better with one of my carbon fiber guitars because they don't care about getting wet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the banjo made of? Is it a traditional banjo? I can't quite tell.
This is actually, so this is a 12-inch pot banjo. Most of the traditional ones are 11, so this gives it a richer sound. And this one is made out of mahogany, I believe. This one is very
nice.
new to me. And I don't think I've ever played the song that we're going to do on
this
this
banjo.
banjo. I normally play it on my other one, which is downstairs.
Yeah.
Because we had a jam over the weekend
All
with
right,
friends. And
Live people to jam with and
So-
harmonize
yeah,
with.
so
and
this is the
heavenly.
thing. You guys are singing that song.
And we're throwing in, we
we're
had
singing
4-part harmony going. It was awesome. But
You just couldn't hear it.
yeah.
So this is where like doing these in the round shows in person is so much more fun. But this is a lot better than not doing shows with people. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yep.
so we're going to do this little
Cool.
piece that I wrote, and this one is a work song sort of. So I figured we'd follow. Boss man says dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. He stays up while we go down, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's coal in that deep dark ground, coal in that deep dark ground. Way down in that deep dark mine, deep black hole in the ground. Danger's never far behind, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's coal in that deep dark ground, coal in that deep dark ground. Foreman says gotta organize, deep black hole in the ground. Go on strike for someone dies, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground, deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's coal in that deep dark ground, coal in that deep dark ground. Walk that picket line, have your say. Deep black hole in the ground. Live to see another day. Deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. Deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's coal in that deep dark ground. Coal in that deep dark ground. No more coal until we win. Deep black hole in the ground. Till that day we won't go in that deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. Deep black hole in the ground. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole in the ground. There's coal in that deep dark ground. Coal in that deep dark ground.
Yeah.
Dig a hole.
All right.
Yeah.
Intended to be a sing-along. We haven't actually done that with an audience around, so
We were singing.
Now,
Yeah.
yay.
the song took me to all sorts of different things. The I read a book called Holes,
Oh, yeah.
where this little kid has to dig holes in a field, and I started to write a song about it, and it was dig a hole in the ground. So it took me there, but then I thought about John Prine and Mr. Peabody's coal mine.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of holes in ground.
Well,
Yeah.
the prompt that I wrote that
But it
for
sound-
was, I wrote that from a prompt. It was black hole. And they just had that first picture of a black hole. And I didn't go there.
Yeah.
Clearly,
and the banjo riff on the chorus, actually, I can't, I always write lyrics first. I wrote that first. We were out in Forest City, Iowa, and I was walking around one evening with the banjo while we were waiting for service at Winnebago, and that riff came to me. So, who knows?
cool. It's very happy sounding, but dig a deep dark hole in the ground just doesn't quite. It's an interesting
happiness.
juxtaposition of the two.
It's folk music, right? Really, really happy sounding songs about death.
Everybody's happy. It sounds happy, but everybody dies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Pretty much. Exactly.
And hello to Ann.
Well, we have
We
something
just
sort of
got 'em.
along that. Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
So,
You're
So
good.
for anybody
good.
watching, if we suddenly look confused, it's because our internet is a little funky and we get stuff in stutter.
So yeah, if we have funny looks on our faces, or if we miss any notes, we blame the internet.
Well, sure, yes, the internet is the provider of all bad notes. But all right. So do we have any? We don't have anything about black holes.
We don't have anything about black holes. Black birds.
Oh, all right.
That would
all right.
work.
All right.
Hang on,
So,
I'm
yeah.
choking.
We'll do a song about blackbird
Yes.
scarecrows. All right. Headphones off because I can't play and headphone at the same time, I guess. We're gear challenged.
This morning I remembered I could fly. Strong black wings against clear blue sky. Got tired and I looked down from the air. Scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. How's a poor bird to build a nest? I was never one to push my luck. Stayed within the boundaries of the old deal that was struck. I knew the consequences if I dared. Scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows everywhere as a poor bird to build a nest. Over the next hillside, catch a draft. It'll carry me forward, but there's no turning back. I see fields of sunflowers down there. Scarecrows everywhere. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere as a poor bird to build a nest. Too tired for flight, too weak to fight. It's been a beautiful ride. Good night. On my last descent, I extend my claw. Hey, they're just old clothes filled with straw. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere. Poor bird can't get no rest. Scarecrows, scarecrows everywhere as a poor bird to build a nest. As a poor bird to build a nest. As a poor bird to build a nest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
What you didn't see was a bird flew by the window just at eye level as we were playing.
Well, actually,
It's pretty
when
cool.
when we were when you were playing your last song, we had a great blue heron go by our window, which, given our nearest water is really down at the river, which is
3 miles away.
800 feet below us. I don't know where that came from.
We don't see those that often. We
Curious.
see eagles up here, but we
Yeah.
don't see herons up here too often.
Well, maybe he's just coming to visit and hang out with his friend the
Apparently-
eagle.
Apparently so.
So that's really interesting that we see stuff, right? Like the people that are watching us right now, they see 2 square boxes with 4 people, and
Yeah.
and it's very orderly and organized, and what it looks like in our place here is just wires and sticks and mics and lights. And
It's a freaking disaster, and then windows out onto beautiful wilderness.
and I imagine
Yeah.
it's probably similar at your place. Maybe it's a
yeah.
little more organized.
No.
Probably not quite as many wires running around the floor just because we're using a single microphone.
Yeah.
But the headphone wires are tripping over and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. So
And our window actually looks out onto the garage roof
mostly.
in that direction, and then off to the side it looks out onto the garden. So
Nice.
Are you on the second floor?
yeah.
We are.
Oh.
The music
Interesting.
studio is up on the second floor.
I don't think I visited your studio.
Well, see, you have to come visit. It's
I,
like,
I think you saw the downstairs. I don't think we
just
had the
moved.
studio set up yet when you guys were here the first time.
You'd been in the house like 3 days,
Yeah,
or
you had
maybe
just
3
moved.
months. It was fairly new.
Yeah.
yeah,
it
then we
was
probably
pretty
didn't
early.
have it fully set up yet.
I think you guys came and visited, and then you left, and we left a few hours later because we were on our way out on a tour.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't remember.
and I think it
Yes,
was.
'cause I remember
right
you
after
had the
we
van
moved
all
in.
loaded and ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
So it's been a while.
yeah, it's definitely been a while. You guys have to come up.
Yeah.
We got to make it back down to your place again at some point.
Yep. And
Yeah.
not be chased by tornadoes as we go by. So
Yeah, the
which
last
is
time
what
we-
happened last time.
We didn't wind up catching up as we drove through February of last year because we were being chased by tornadoes, and
Yeah, that was.
And you
that
guys
was a
got
Yes.
some
fun
pretty
day.
bad weather that night, so.
Yeah.
We did. We lost
Yeah.
a couple trees that night.
Yeah,
so-
that was a
Yeah.
little hairy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
well.
and we kept getting tornado warnings where we were, and we kept drive.
And a half hour later, there was a tornado where we just were.
Yeah.
That happened
Whoa.
several times that day.
It was at least twice
That-
that happened. It was like we actually drove southeast to get away from it, which took us further from home.
I
But
seem
it
to
got us
recall
away
you
from
guys
the
doing
worst of the
that.
storms.
Yeah, we wound up
Yeah,
in
but
Lumberton.
avoiding, yeah.
We only got severe thunderstorms in Lumberton instead of the tornadoes. So, around
Yeah.
Charlotte,
That's-
it was all tornadoes. It was,
Yeah.
That's still pretty scary. Thunderstorms in the van.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's loud.
yeah,
It
very
is.
much so. Anyway, so we talking about scarecrows, we figured that
This one's got birds in it, so
All right.
this is the fun of doing these.
what fine thread can we find to tie them
Yes.
together?
Always fun.
Yeah.
All right, this is called The Path You Choose. Ready?
Yep.
Be kind,
Be kind.
try to help,
Try to help.
speak your mind,
Speak your mind.
be yourself.
Be yourself.
The road is yours to make. Twists and turns, luck or fate. Don't sit home and watch TV. Get out, see the scenery. All roads lead back to the highway. Winding paths, country lanes, given time, all look the same. New places to explore, time to open up new doors. And be kind,
Be kind.
try to help,
Try to help.
speak your mind,
Speak your mind.
be yourself.
Be yourself.
The road is yours to make. Twists and turns, luck or fate. Don't sit home and watch TV. Get out, see the scenery. All roads lead back to the highway. Take a walk, ride your bike, a gentle stroll, a mountain hike. The path you chose led you here. Embrace all you hold dear. And be kind,
Be kind.
try to help,
Try to help.
speak your mind,
Speak your mind.
be yourself.
Be yourself.
The road is yours to make. Twists and turns, luck or fate. Don't sit home and watch TV. Get out, see the scenery. All roads lead back to the highway. Birds in flight, soaring high, carving paths across the sky, in big flocks or all alone. The choice, their very own. Though we wander, we're not lost. Savor freedom, not its cost. In the end, leaves must fall in one last curtain call. So be kind,
Be kind.
try to help,
Try to help.
speak your mind,
Speak your mind.
be yourself.
Be yourself.
The road is yours to make. Twists and turns, luck or fate. Don't sit home and watch TV. Get out, see the scenery. All roads lead back to the highway. All roads lead back.
To the highway. I was waiting for you to finish it.
You were singing. They left you. You were
Yeah.
singing
You
along.
Left
and
me hanging.
Yep.
We were at a hootenanny one night and playing in a song circle, and we played Ian and Sylvia's Four Strong Winds.
That also
And
ends.
that also ends on like the 4 chord. And this young kid across the circle from us looks at us and says, "Resolve it."
Yeah. It's interesting when songs don't quite end
So-
with a lock.
So this is something your sister taught me, is that the story of the words and the music should go together, and in this case, the story doesn't resolve.
Because
So the music
road
should-
keeps
Okay.
going.
Right.
It was about a very
Yes.
different song that she listened to one of my very earliest songs and said, I really like the music and I really like the words, but they don't go together. I kept resolving everything back to the one chord at the end of every verse and every chorus.
And all of the lyrics were so unresolved in the
yeah,
story.
It was a song about my dad and some anger and stuff in it. And that was her insight. And she said, I don't know how to fix it, but that's what's wrong. And I went and fixed the
there you
song.
go.
That's what's wrong. She's good at telling us what's wrong.
Yeah.
And she was absolutely right about that one. So yeah.
And,
It was cool.
and that's fair. That's a fair
And
observation.
in
but
fairness, it's not hers to fix because it's your song, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she
And-
left it on him for that. And
and
Siobhan
you
is
guys
very
have
good with that.
written hundreds more songs than Siobhan has written.
This is probably
I don't know how many
true.
songs she's written, but
Not all that many.
No,
maybe
she's
a
not
dozen.
Prolific, but the songs she writes are damn good.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
she's
I
written
don't know
some
how
good
you can
ones.
do that.
but,
Like, I'm writing a song a year and it's going to be perfect.
Yep.
Yes,
But
indeed.
she's also really
So-
good at interpreting songs, and
Yeah.
so it helps.
yeah.
And she also is also very with me it was a correction of this song is way too low for your voice, you need to bring it up. And which she was absolutely right about, and the particular song we had just worked with a fiddle player the day before, and I told him, it's currently in G. I half expect that Siobhan's going to tell me to take it up, and I can't imagine she'll have me take it any higher than A. She took it to B flat, and the fiddle player's like, okay.
I'm out.
He
Okay,
did
so
it.
He
I
did
don't
He
it.
can
know-
play anything, but
It was a lot less interesting.
Yeah.
He didn't pull out his
Yeah.
clarinet.
Yeah, not the
But-
easiest key.
Yeah.
no
So,
open strings. Yeah.
Faith,
Yeah.
So Faith, you have a really high voice, and you have a song where you sing what I consider to be impossibly high, and it's a song about Melissa, maybe, or
Oh, yeah.
like, won't you come back today? Or won't you come
Yes,
back again? I know you
Come
can't
Again
stay.
Another
that
Day.
one.
Yeah.
To visit.
Yeah.
Come again another day. It's
Yeah.
That's it.
And that
And your
was
voice,
actually,
you just kind of go. You just go up.
yeah.
and what's fascinating
That one's
is
what?
that I did not have I sang second alto my whole life, and then I met people like Siobhan and
Charles
Williams and
Maria
Maura Kennedy and Maria Ferrante, who helped me discover that I actually have a soprano range. And Maria Ferrante is one of our music teachers. She is an operatic soprano. And she told me that my range, I have notes that she can't hit. She said if I had those notes, I would make more money. Now, I don't have nearly the control that she has. I would take a lot more work to have the control that she has. But it just blew me. This second alto was kind of blown away to find out that I have a high soprano capability. Where that came from, I don't know, but I'm happy to have found it.
I like that. It's like, yeah, we'll do a gig for this amount of money, but if you want these songs with the high notes, you're gonna have to kick in a few more dollars.
Yeah, and apparently it just it slightly limits the number the possibilities of the songs that she can do.
Or the operas.
Or the operas.
She
Yeah.
performs opera.
Yeah.
Yeah, an opera.
I know you guys are probably familiar with the Ig Nobel prizes. The Ig Nobels.
I missed half of that in our
Familiar
wonky- familiar with
familiar with what?
The Ig Nobel ceremony.
The Ig Nobels are from the Annals of Improbable Research. They're sort of awards given to people doing strange, real but strange science.
Yeah. And every year at Sanders Theater in Boston, there is the Ig Nobel Prize ceremony. And they have things like paper airplane contests to see who can get the paper airplanes onto the stage. And they have usually I think like a three-act opera, mini opera that gets done during this. And
Maria directs them.
She's been the director for the last few years, and she's also the lead soprano in it. And she would be mortified to find out that I would be telling you about this because she is somewhat embarrassed by this fact. But we think it's hysterical. So
Didn't I just see her make a note in the chat right there? Faith, how could you? You betrayed my confidence.
yeah, her name's all over it. It's kind of hard to hide. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's a good example.
We'll send you links.
Yeah, definitely.
It's usually funny.
Yeah. All right. So, where to next?
So
So
we were listening and we heard you say the phrase luck or fates, and then there was another thing about worry about the freedom, not the cost, and I thought, well, we have very similar phrases in one of our songs, so that's where we're going to go. It's called
Cool.
Luck or Providence.
Are you ready?
By the light of the moon, we slipped away from our homes. Put all our hopes in the well of a small wooden boat. 5 days and nights we rode in shifts, in unguarded moments let our spirits lift. By luck or by providence, we stayed afloat. Just before dawn, the first watch spotted land. Oars in the water, we need every hand. My arms were aching, my dress was soaked through, but the promise of freedom began to feel true. By luck or by providence, waves pushed us to sand. As the first rays of sunlight crossed the horizon, the crowd began shouting from shore. Turn back, we all cry, we are not safe anymore. The man we call Captain jumped in, he did not hesitate. He's through running and hiding, he'll face whatever awaits. After a moment, my faith beat my doubt. What if they're guiding us in, not pushing us out? By luck or by providence, I choose my fate.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Very nice.
Very cool.
Look, Christine, get her
Cool.
headphones on too.
What happened in the middle of that?
My finger broke open.
Oh,
Christine cut her finger the other day yesterday with a knife.
Ouch.
And I thought it was okay, but it just broke open. It's not bleeding, so that's okay, but it is open.
It just
It's not
hurts
a
like a
punk
Dickens
show.
on bass strings, I'm sure. And I assume it's the left
Yeah.
hand.
And I had been pretty successfully avoiding that part of my finger, but you know, your muscle memory is what it is, and it just
Is
went
it your
wonk.
second finger? Your index finger?
It's my middle finger.
Oh, it's that one, huh?
So when I'm not using it, I'm flipping everybody off. But you know.
There you go. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one disadvantage to playing with these is you got to keep them from being stabbed.
I'll be working out in the workshop, and it's like I'll chip my right index fingernail is a really bad one to get a chip on because I use my thumb and index finger more than anything else for finger picking, and the sound is kind of different when there's no nail there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it hurts a lot more when you've cut the finger and you're fretting with it.
yeah,
So yeah.
yep.
I once drilled a power drill into one of my fingers.
Hey.
And it was this one. It was my middle finger, and I'm in full bore right to the bone. It was really unpleasant.
The night before we were leaving on like a 3-week tour.
And so
Of course.
I didn't want to go to the hospital, which I probably should have. I just instead took a magnet and pulled like the bits of metal out of it. And then I just strapped it with a Band-Aid really tight, and it turned out I could play almost all our songs, save one, because I don't use the pad of that finger on much that we play. I use the tip, but not the pad. I use the tips and the pads on the other fingers.
But one of the problems was also that the Band-Aid would sometimes get stuck.
yeah, it would catch on a
So
string.
you
and
always
that was
need a
goofy.
fresh
Ooh.
Band-Aid. But yes, the night before we were going on a tour, and the next night he
Of
played
course.
a show. It was fortunately a short one, and all the way through. And by the end of 3 weeks, it was still bleeding.
Yeah, it didn't. It was bad.
Oh.
I still have
Ouch.
bits of metal in there, I'm sure. Yes, it's
Not so
when
good.
you rely on these things.
Be more
We
careful
should be more
than
careful.
he is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. I try to remember to wear work gloves when I'm working with things that might slice into my fingers and,
And
stuff.
I do my best. I've learned after a couple of cuts on this hand to curl the fingers under when I'm slicing things, for vegetables and stuff. And
Yeah.
I do have
Yeah.
scars on. The thumb was slicing onions, and the ring finger was pruning roses, and I missed and pruned myself instead. And actually, that particular finger on the mandolin is sometimes problematic. I can't quite get the strings down quite right because the feeling in the very tip is not quite what it used to be.
Huh.
Wow.
So who knew?
And then there was Django, who played with fingers
Oh yeah,
fused together.
Django Reinhardt.
He was in a fire, and he was gypsy. He was a Roma, and they wouldn't treat him at the hospital, so he wound up with fingers that were fused together.
His fingers were like practically the Vulcan salute, and yet he was one of the most brilliant.
People have a hard time like recreating what he played
Because
with
their
a
fingers
mangled
don't do
hand.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you work with what you got.
Yep. So based on, whoops, we
Oh.
just lost them.
Well, we'll see if we get them back in time to
Yep.
pick up the next song. We can talk about the song.
Yeah,
and
we can talk about the song while they're, based on the song. Yep, they're back.
Very loud in the ears when you pop back in.
We're back.
Hello.
Yeah, great fun. And right up until you guys disappeared, signal was actually pretty good. So anyway, as we were gonna say, based on the song that you were singing, and also Aidan's comment about my upper range, this seemed like the absolute perfect song to follow that with.
We haven't played this in years.
So this will be entertaining.
Cool.
Okay, it's called Deep Cold Sea, and if I can keep him the tempo down. I look to the east out over the ocean, the vast wide sea, the deep cold sea. I pray for a mast to pierce the horizon as I wait for my true love to come home to me. cold bed and warm wish that soon my true love will come home to me. He sailed for the east for Stellwagen's bounty, the vast wide sea, the deep cold sea. I've been here alone for 3 nights and 40, waiting for my true love to come home to me. The storms rise up quick, they come up so wild. The vast wide sea, the deep cold sea. 1 minute nor'easter, the next minute mild, as I wait for my true love to come home to me. The sea's in his blood, the sailing his birthright, the vast wide sea, the deep cold sea. While I watch alone and weep through the long nights, as I wait for my true love to come home to me, as I wait for my true love to come home to me.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Wow, it's been a long time since we did that one.
Straight up the guitar a little bit, but the number one thing is I realized just now I didn't trim my fingernails before the show. It's like getting a little more buzzing than I was expecting. But that one's arranged for like maximum left-hand movement on the fretboard, so they're looking at us funny.
Which means the
Okay,
audio
so-
must be.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I have to tell you that I'm going to have to watch the replay of that because our video completely froze, and it's still frozen. I don't know if you can see us or not, but
We can.
We can.
So I missed anything you did on the guitar, but it sounded cool. It sounded like a 12-string almost.
Yes, we could hear, but we couldn't see. I mean,
Yep. Well, you'll be able to see it in
I
the
don't know if you
replay.
can see us.
Yeah.
Maybe we've turned into cows.
No, yeah,
I don't know.
we can still see you.
Just-
So
We can see you just fine.
and
Christine says
we
we've
can
turned
see
it
Farnsworth as well. And by the way, Milo says hello.
Now they're frozen a little bit. But
Yeah.
Okay, now we just lost audio too. Sorry, we can.
All right.
Well, it's your
I
turn to
heard
play.
you said something about Farnsworth, so you could have seen the picture of Farnsworth in front of Christine's face.
Yep.
We did.
Or maybe it was Farnsworth.
And we held up Milo, but you didn't see Milo. Everybody else did.
Ah, they're frozen again.
I
Oh,
heard was
maybe
the
not.
Milo.
All right. We're going to do a little tech thing here for a second.
All right.
They hadn't touched anything yet, so I think Mother Nature just made them do the tech thing.
Well, I expect they'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, that's great fun. They had great internet connection until the leaves came out. So. And,
Hey. Maybe we're back.
You are.
you are back.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You look fine.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? We can hear you.
All right.
We can see you.
We can kind of hear you. All right.
Play a song.
I heard you say we can see you, so we can hear.
Yeah.
We can hear some of it.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, Play a
Yes,
song?
for people out in the internets, we have leaves on our trees. That's what it takes to interrupt internet service around here. We have leaves.
It's not fair.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
We
whole
thought
world
we
gets
had this
brought down by-
solved.
Trees are in charge. Trees are in charge.
They are. They're in charge.
Yep.
All right. So the vocal in that last song was
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
angelic.
Yep.
Hence the lead into our next song.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Hang on, now I'm really like a mess.
Christine has been going and fixing the antenna stuff and cooling
Yeah,
down
I've
the
been
computer
not-
and
not
stuff. So
fixing it, but okay, so I am ready. Yes, do your thing, man. Sure. And my mother never thought my daughter would still fight to speak her mind, to have a say in her own civil rights. But when men declare her voice categorically dismissed, there will always be women who persist. There will always be women who persist. There will always be women who persist. My forefathers came by ship together with their clan. Architects of their own dreams, was this part of the plan? For every thug who guards the gate with a raised, clenched fist, there will always be men who coexist. There will always be men who coexist. There will always be men who coexist. One misguided spark falls on tinder to ignite a raging fire growing much too big to fight. Malicious mobs may tattoo numbers on the wrists, but there will always be angels in our midst. There will always be angels in our midst. There will always be angels in our midst. Be a woman who persists, be a man who coexists, be an angel, be an angel, be an angel in our midst. There will always be, 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 there will always be angels in our midst.
And sorry you couldn't hear the harmonies because
Thanks, guys.
That's a really fun one to sing harmony to.
Yeah.
Well, we have time for one more round.
One more round.
So we'll play a song. You guys play a song. It'll be just over an hour, but that's fine. And thought we would do one of our newest songs. I wrote this just under a year ago.
And it fits in with the persistence in your in that last one.
And the Angels, for that matter, I would
True.
think. So last summer, Congressman John Lewis passed away. And on the occasion of his funeral, on the day of his funeral, at his request, the New York Times published an essay that he had written to be published on that date. And I took some of the words from that document, from his essay, and wrote this piece called Walk with the Wind. Hopefully they can hear it.
Right, we're in D. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. You're in drop D.
Oh, that would do it. I was wondering what, something sounded funny.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah, that last song is in drop D, so had to retune a note there.
That sounds
That's
much better. Sorry about that. Ready?
Yeah.
Walk with the wind. John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Follow your heart, stand up for your beliefs. Fear is a prison until you start to speak. It's time for us to march and have our say, with love in our hearts, leading the way. Walk with the wind. John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Hate has no place, no matter the price. Stand and be counted, though there be sacrifice. In the darkest hours of the longest night, raise your voice, march to the light. Walk with the wind. John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Now he's marching with Martin and Gandhi too, with all of the heroes who showed us the truth. They all got in trouble, good trouble, I'm sure. The train of change is coming. Climb aboard. In the city and the country, young and old are rising. Black and white and brown joining hands. Raising our voices, we start to sing. Bells chime and freedom rings. Walk with the wind. John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Walk with the wind. John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Hey, you're back.
We were in and out on that, and quite frankly, what we heard of that song sounded a little bit like you were playing harpsichord. And then
Then the internet went dead, and
we could hear part of the words, and then they'd be gone, and then be no picture, and then. So again, I'm gonna have to hear it on the replay.
Right.
Yep.
Or we're
Yep.
going to have to get together and you'll play it for us live.
Which
that
would be
works
great. so that's very workable. So
Yep.
and they're gone.
And there they gone again.
So hopefully they'll be back in a second, so we can get another
Give them
song
one
out.
last song, and hopefully we can squeeze one last song out of their internet connection. And
We'll just
So,
hang out for a minute until
yeah,
we hear a loud plunk in the ears, which
Yep.
we just heard.
yeah, we get this little boom when they come back.
Maybe
It's
we're
great fun.
back.
You
And
are.
You are.
Yeah.
And for a
Yes,
brief
we get a
moment,
little
your video
message
looks
that
fabulous.
says something went wrong.
Yeah.
So
Say that
sad.
again. I caught the end of it.
Yeah, for a brief moment, your video looked fabulous.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just for a
I
second.
heard that. For a brief moment, our video looked fabulous.
Yep.
People at home are probably going, "What is with those two in South Carolina? We can't understand anything." It sounds like
See, it's this
they
thing
have
that South
hearing
Carolina
issues.
doesn't have much internet service.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Rural,
yes.
We live in the hills, man. We're hillbillies, literally.
Yeah.
Well, so do we, but we have
Yeah.
high-speed internet.
Yep.
So
So let's see if we
You
can
guys,
squeeze.
you guys live in the hills.
Yeah,
You're
let's see
not
if we can
hillbillies.
squeeze one more song out of your internet connection, and we'll use that to close out the night. Can you get one more song out of that?
I got that used.
Did you say like
play a song.
close out?
Yes.
Play a song.
Play a song.
We want-
Is that what you said?
We want
Play a song.
Yeah, play a song.
Shut up and play a song. All right.
Exactly.
I think what I heard you say was play a song or shut up and play your guitar or something like that.
So if that's what it was, we're going to, all right, that we'll do that.
Let's
Let's assume that. So,
we'll assume that this will be our last.
yeah, so this is National Safety Month. I know that's not very exciting, but the folks that
Well, we'll come back on while they're getting back connected.
Yep. And hopefully they can, and hopefully they can make it back. We're getting the they're
Okay,
they're
maybe
good.
we're
You're back.
Yeah, I guess we're back. I don't know if this is a good sign. Yeah, okay. So we'll say that the folks that organize Every Town for Gun Safety and also Moms Demand Action are using this particular weekend that's coming up to do a lot of online events about gun safety and common sense gun laws, which is a very difficult subject, very polarizing, especially where we live, where everyone has a gun and everybody's worried that we're coming for their guns and we're not. So to help those two organizations, for the entire month of June, if anybody downloads our song, I Am a Mother, which is about guns, we will donate all the proceeds to those two organizations. So. I am a mother. I have two daughters, 9 years old, 5 3/4. I dropped them at school. I wave goodbye till they're with their friends and their teachers safe inside. Downtown there's traffic. We're all moving slow. I catch the news on public radio. Hold my breath, then release. Not our town, not their school. And I'll weep for the parents who just learned that this life is cruel. Calling one man a hero for what he has done. his own body between a child and a loaded gun. The girls are in bed now. I watch the evening news. There's no talk of mothers or children, just two sides in a fight we all lose. Calling one man a traitor for what he has done. Tried to put a law between a child and a loaded gun. I am a mother. I have two daughters, 9 years old, 5 3/4.
Yeah. That is such a powerful song.
It is. Hey, the good news is we got to hear the whole song. Bad news is you are frozen.
Yeah.
The whole song came through, if you are hearing us at all.
So
I heard song came through, and then I
Yeah.
heard something that sounded like you were playing rubber bands.
well, given what your internet is doing, I think we will say good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all who have tuned in so far and all who will continue to tune in during the upcoming week or weeks. This does stay up on Facebook and YouTube. And appreciate you guys joining us. And
Next time in person.
next time in person, definitely.
Yes, that I
That would
heard
be
next
awesome.
time in person.
That would be awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm guessing you guys can hear us. So
Yes.
thank you very much
Yeah,
for,
thank
for,
you.
for having us on
Right.
your midweek song swap.
This is why we were reluctant, because we knew this would happen.
Understood.
We apologize for,
Leaves.
the powers
For,
that
drunk internet or whatever that
AT&T.
is.
I'm disparaging them just because we don't have
We
them
don't even
anyway.
have them, so.
But anyway, why not?
Yeah.
But thank you. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it. And for all you listeners at home, hopefully you enjoyed the experience. They're on here every Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they're
about
they're
usually twice a
archived on
month for this
YouTube,
show,
So
but-
if you haven't heard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're taking most of the rest of the month off from these just to do work on some other things.
Yep.
But we'll be back in July.
And for those of you who want to hear more of Friction Farm, you can find them on Facebook every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for 11s, a song and a snack. And they're on a, we just lost them again. But definitely check them out on Facebook, 11 a.m. on Thursdays. They're doing a pie a week. And you can't beat pie.
We're back.
And yeah,
And they're good at coming and going.
yes.
So we'll say goodnight, and we will see everybody next time.
I heard that.